Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and this reading is for the general collective of the twin flame soul connections out there. It won't be for everyone watching, so if it resonates with your storyline, please let me know in the comments. And if not, be sure to check my channel for other messages you need to hear. And remember, time, energy, and gender are fluid, so feel free to reverse roles however they apply to you. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and tap that notification bell so you don't miss future readings. So big shout out to my new and returning subscribers. Thank you so much for all of your comments and your messages. You guys really make my days. And so thank you so much for your feedback and your kind messages because they mean a lot to me. So for those of you who have told me how much help I've been to you on your journey, you just need to know that you've also been a tremendous help on mine. So again, I appreciate your support and your love. I cannot thank you enough. So yeah, if you guys, like I said, resonate with these stories, please keep commenting and check out my description box below for links to all of my social media accounts, as well as the link to this gorgeous meditation that I'm playing in the background by Meditative Mind. It's a yin yang meditation, so I will have that linked below if you'd like to get your zen on this beautiful April Fool's Day. So yeah, this reading is going to be a twin flame soul connection energy forecast for the month of April. And so as we move away from Aries season and move into Taurus season, we will be checking in on the energy of divine masculine and divine feminine and what is going to be playing out in the 3D and 5D. Okay, so remember, this has nothing to do with gender. You can resonate with any label that you'd like. If you resonate with the twin flame journey, you know that it's about your spiritual journey, not about the meat suit that you're probably running and chasing with. So just remember, guys, that these readings are made to help you in your spiritual growth, not encourage any sort of obsessive type thinking or tendencies. My goal here on this channel is to help you grow spiritually and to help you see your worth and to help you see that you are whole and complete without anyone else, okay? So for those of you who are trying to check up on the energies and see perhaps how to prepare for the month ahead, let's dive in with the Sacred Geometry Oracle and see what's going on for the masculine and feminine. So, for the masculine, we have realization. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. So we know the masculine energy to be that of reacting to their physical environment. So it's like the masculine is starting to connect the dots between what they are on fire for, what they're passionate for, what they love, and reeling it into their physical world, okay? Understanding that by not being honest with themselves, by not following their passions, they're actually doing themselves a disservice in this life. They're understanding and coming to the aha moment of, wow, I'm really missing out on being the best that I can be by allowing myself to be stuck in situations that are not good for me, by allowing myself to act as if I'm cool with everything in my environment, when in real life, I'm not being completely honest with myself and what it is that I truly love and what I truly want. So with this green and blue and yellow energy coming from this card, I really feel a power rising up from the divine masculine, from the solar plexus energy, to where they're finally starting to get that that heart chakra cracked open to the point where it's leading up into their throat chakra. They're starting to express that in their external world. So that's really beautiful energy. I love that. And so for the feminine, we have compassion. So lots of green and blue energy here as well. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our hearts and into the world. So essentially the divine feminine, whether they realize it or not, is acting as a conduit between the divine and the earthly plane, okay? Starting to really exude that love from within, okay? Getting in touch with the divine source of unconditional love and knowing that they are that. Okay, that's what they are. They are a soul. They're from unconditional love, not fear, not hate, not other things. And so they're starting to really come to that place of not just being compassionate for others, but also showing themselves compassion. Okay, lots of heart chakra energy coming through for both ends. So actually, here's what I'm gonna do too, because I'd like to check the bottom of the deck and look at the combined energy as well. So wow, we've got fertility. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. So when I see fertility, I think of the divine feminine. I think of the Empress. I also think of just in general birthing something new, allowing things to grow. And that's the energy of Taurus season. Okay, as we discover our passion once more in Aries season, and we go through the stages of the zodiac, okay, starting with Aries, which is literally the baby or the infant of the zodiac, into Taurus, there's that theme of growing, of things sprouting. Like I said, spring is here. As the weather warms up, it's going to start popping off in so many different ways. And I feel like there's an opportunity here for both masculine and feminine to channel this energy and start to grow the things that make them feel as if they're vibrating in their highest self. For the feminine, it's going to be getting in touch with that compassionate energy of unconditional love. For the masculine, it's going to be the awakening, okay? Realizing. Okay, realization can come in many forms in the tarot, as we know. We've got the Tower, we've got, the Hanged Man. We've got all kinds of epiphanies that pop up when we pull cards. But overall, we know, like I said, the core of the journey and the masculine and feminine energies is balancing what the subconscious is, or what we know deep inside, versus our external or our ego, that reactive side of us that responds to our environment. The goal here is to get a balance of both. So let's start with the masculine, as always. I mean, we know it's typically a lady's first world if you want to keep up with all of that stuff, but I like to do the masculine energy first because, I just do, okay? So we're going to be getting thoughts, heart space, and all of the good stuff. And we've already got cards falling on the floor. So in the masculine's thoughts, we have the Ace of Wands. In their heart space, we have the Ten of Wands. Wow. So lots of Wands energy. How they are viewing the feminine. Oh my gosh, Ten of Swords. Their intentions with the feminine, Three of Cups. Okay, and so their desired outcome, we have three things coming out here. So, wow. Okay, so I just blushed when the King of Pentacles came out. So the desired outcome is the Star, the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So that is Daddy's coming. So bottom of the deck, we've got the Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. So as we said, the masculine is having these realizations. He's having these epiphanies. He's starting to channel that creative energy. And Knight of Wands, a lot of times gets labeled as the player, and I talk about this a lot. And for those of you who associate that energy, understanding that the reason that label or they get the bad rap of being a player is because of fear, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy right here. It is that passionate, fiery, action type energy. But when underdeveloped, fear can really take over. And so just as quickly as the night runs in, they exit just as swiftly. So I think in the recent past, maybe this has kind of come to the masculine's attention. Like, they have all of this passion brewing inside of them, but their fear of commitment or their fear of like finality perhaps is what scares them. And so instead of committing, instead of actually being being certain and sure and acting as if they are, you know, solid in their decision making, they seem to come off very very flighty and like they don't care perhaps. And so maybe the masculine is starting to understand this about themselves. Like they have all of this energy behind them, but they're afraid to place it somewhere. And so it's just kind of running rampant inside, and they're trying to find an outlet is what I feel. So lots of creative potential there. And again, with the realizations and having the Ace of Wands come up in their thoughts, I don't know, I feel like the masculine is starting to really channel that creative energy. They're wanting this passionate new beginning. Okay, I see the Ace of Wands as unlimited potential. Anything can happen. And so with that realization energy, again, starting to see, okay, what are they passionate about? What do they love? What is their creative idea to make this happen? And starting to actually project their true heart center and feelings out into their external environment. So in their heart space, we got a lot of burdens here. 10 of Wands is like, push it to the limit. Like this person is like fucking, this person is struggling, okay? They've got, their heart is burdened. They perhaps feel just, they're worn out, they're tired, they're ready to complete this cycle, they're ready to just put it all down and say, you know what, I give up, I surrender. And so the 10 of Wands to me is so promising because so much work has been done, and I see this as a completion of that. I feel like the masculine, for those of you who have been waiting on your masculine for a long time, knowing intuitively that there's been a lot of growth and like karmic cycles being completed behind the scenes, this masculine is done with it, okay? He's ready to be done. And so when I see that amount of burden in the heart, it's like I said, the more you lie about what's true in your heart, the more you try to stuff it down or act or fake or pretend like it's okay, everything's fine, I don't really need to follow my heart, that's not important. Well, you know what? It's going to start weighing on you. It's going to start making you feel that pressure. And eventually you're not going to be able to take it anymore. And you're going to say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this facade. I'm done faking. I'm done fucking pretending like everything's cool. I'm done trying to maintain some sort of image. This is that energy of like, my heart can't take it anymore. So speaking of can't take it anymore, guys, the masculine and how they view the feminine is the 10 of Swords. Okay? They see this as over. They see the feminine as being completely done. For some of you, this could be them seeing you, feminines, ending your own karmic cycles. But for a lot of you, and what I've been seeing in the collective, is the feminines completely just accepting and understanding that perhaps this is officially over, that there's really no more hope left in the situation. I've seen a lot of feminines in the collective saying that they feel like after a long period of time believing that maybe that this was their twin flame, maybe coming to that realization that actually it was just a karmic cycle that needed to be learned. So however the storyline resonates with you, this group of divine masculines is seeing their feminines as like, it's over, okay? It's been deaded. There's nowhere less that we can be other than over, right? And so perhaps that's exactly why we have this 10 mirroring energy in the heart, because it's like, you know, they understand their role of responsibility in that. So tea break. My mouth is getting so dry too, and so I just kind of feel like it's all dried up. It's all dried up. That's how the masculine is seeing it. I feel like the masculine feels and thinks as if their opportunity perhaps is over, or again, like the feminine is no longer interested in the situation, ready to just kind of end any toxic cycles and put an end to things that aren't serving. So the masculine's intentions is the 3 of Cups. So obviously the masculine wants to reunite with their feminine. They see the feminine as someone that they can trust, someone that they love, someone that is a true friend to them, someone that they want to celebrate life with, and come into union with. So this is a reconciliation card. I do feel strongly that that's exactly what is on this masculine's mind. And with that Ace of Wands, they're thinking about ways to make it happen. They're thinking about the potential that they have and maybe coming up with ideas, okay? Especially with that Knight of Wands energy. So let's talk about their desired outcome, guys. So we got the Father of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. We also have the Star. So what that tells me is this masculine is really wishing for this reconciliation. It's like they want this renewal. They want peace with the feminine. They've been wishing on a star for quite a long time. And so, you know, maybe a lot of you feminines kind of feel like this is a long lost wish or that it's never going to happen. But the masculine in this storyline is still holding on, okay? I'm hearing that song Somewhere Out There. Somewhere. So the masculine is in that energy, like really just kind of thinking about the feminine, hoping to renew the connection, and they want to come forward in this stable King of Pentacles energy. They want to provide stability to the feminine and make them an offer. And for a lot of you, I feel like this masculine wants to propose. And if not a physical proposal for marriage, they want to come to you with an offer, okay? Some of your masculines have been working behind the scenes. Like I said, with that 10 of Wands, they've been tirelessly working on ending their own karmic cycles, on dealing with the energies in their life. And again, 10 of Wands is an energy I also see as like working for others or living for others, but it's self-imposed. So your masculine knows they signed up for this. They know that they have lessons that they need to learn and cycles that they needed to complete in order to get to this energy right here. And so for some of you, you could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn energy, but their intentions are to come forward in a stable energy. This is daddy, okay? This is masculine energy coming through, and not just masculine energy, but into the physical. I see the pentacles, the coins as some sort of physical, tangible evidence. Some of you, your masculines could be coming forward with a ring, and for some of you, your masculines could just be coming forward and making an offer of stability, wanting to start over and start the future with you already, for God's sake. I mean, damn. We've been waiting all day, daddy. We got dinner made. The whole thing's lined up. Like, we're ready. So let's get into the feminine energy and see what's going on in the feminine's thoughts. By the way, that was the Wild Unknown Tarot, and this is the Ostara Tarot. Since Easter is just mere days away. So what's going on in the feminine's thoughts? Oh my God. So we have the Three of Cups going on in the feminine's thoughts. I'm gonna have to layer these cards. Three of Cups, and we already had the Three of Cups pop up for the masculine. What's going on in the heart space of the feminine? So in the heart space, we have the Hierophant and the Page of Cups. How is the feminine viewing the masculine for the month of April, please? So we have a lot coming up here. So first of all, we've got the Queen of Cups. We also have the Emperor. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. We also have, for the feminine's intentions, woo! All right, that's too many. Let's try shuffling one more time. For the feminine's intentions, we have the Four of Cups. Interesting. And then for the feminine's desired outcome, oh Lord have mercy. We just had a chunk and I'm not taking it. Let's try one more time. For the feminine's desired outcome, we have the Two of Pentacles. So interesting energy. What's on the bottom of the deck? The Devil. So in the recent past, it kind of seems to me like the feminine had her own demons to deal with. Okay, this could be dealing with that obsessive thinking that I was talking about at the very beginning of the video. Okay, the Devil is toxicity. It's obsession. It's being bound and tied to anything. Okay, anything that you can think of. We know the devil comes up when there's a need to break free. And so as you can see, we have these two individuals here and all of these other individuals and animals and things trapped in jars, and this devil holding them captive. Okay, and so maybe the feminine in the recent past has, like I said, just been kind of fighting her own demons, dealing with the devil in whatever way, shape, or form that resonates with you. Okay, also this could mean some of you feminines are kind of shaking things up a little bit in your lives, just like deciding like now's the time maybe to shake things up and have fun, live for yourself. Because if you are in that energy of like breaking free from the obsessive like twin flame journey thinking, maybe now is the time where you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna have fun. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do what I want to do because I'm tired of feeling trapped and caged in my mind and dealing with the repetitive go round of something that's not coming into fruition for me. Okay, so just take that message however it resonates with you. So with the energy of the Three of Cups popping up for the feminine, just the imagery alone just kind of makes me feel the opposite of how I felt over here. Okay, so for a lot of you feminines, you could really be thinking about reconciliation or about reuniting with the masculine. But for you, I think it's more like, as you can see, she's almost submerged in the water. Things are very murky and it looks a little confusing. And so I almost feel like this was like a lost dream for the feminine, like wanting and thinking about this reconciliation. But I think more so from the viewpoint of like trying to figure out what went wrong. Okay, and so that's just kind of what I'm seeing with that card here. Like there's a lot of frogs in this picture. Her eyes are closed. I almost feel like perhaps she's like, some of you feminines could be having really like dark dreams, or just in general, like I said, trying to submerge yourself a little bit and maybe dig deep into your own intuition and try to reconcile for yourself. Maybe reconcile some of the confusion that you've been going through since this is coming up in your mind. So feminine, for your heart space, we have the Hierophant and the Page of Cups. So in your heart, like, you're just wanting some loyalty. You want a higher level of commitment, and you want someone who's going to be able to come forward and be honest about their feelings. But ultimately, I really feel like, feminine, you've been dedicated to your own spiritual journey. Okay, I think your own spiritual beliefs have begun expanding, and I feel like you've been really committed to your own self, starting to figure out perhaps what it is that fills your cup. Page of Cups is a beginner. Page of Cups is a small message of love, an apology perhaps. And so maybe you're starting to realize, feminine, that that you deserve more than that. Okay, you deserve more than just the little fishy in the cup. You deserve more than just like this little puppet show and this facade. You deserve something that's deeper. You deserve something that's more rooted. Okay, so with this Hierophant image, I love how the book is the face. It's like the eyes have been opened and you're starting to see the truth, and you're starting to open that door inside of yourself where the flames have been boiling on low. Okay, you're starting to release that power, and like I said, be more dedicated to yourself and your spiritual journey. So the higher level of commitment that you perhaps sought before with your masculine on a romantic level, you're now starting to seek that for yourself. I think in your heart you already know that unless you commit and unless you are dedicated to your own spiritual journey, you're never going to get anywhere. And that small little offer or that little fantasy or unrealistic dream you may have had of your masculine coming forward perhaps gets smaller and smaller into the distance as you grow. Okay, so I feel also too like I said, for those of you who are resonating with the like detaching from your masculine and just ending that karmic type of cycle with them and committing to yourself, I feel like I said, this Three of Cups is you in your mind, like reconciling your own thoughts, finding union within your own self, and maybe diving deep and shutting your eyes to the whole sensationalizing and like media craziness of the whole twin flame journey. I think some of you are starting to slip away from that and starting to remember what it's really about. So let's talk about how you're viewing the masculine currently, okay? So first of all, we've got the Queen of Cups. This is compassionate energy, like we were talking about earlier. I feel like now, feminines, you're starting to hone in this energy and starting to be that unconditional love. You're starting to be compassion. And so because of that, without you knowing, you're actually causing growth in your masculine, okay? By acknowledging and realizing your own love that exists within you, you're strengthening your own masculine energy. We know this as the Emperor, also Aries energy. So for some of you too, you could be seeing like your luck changing as far as your situation. This could also be talking about the completion of a cycle. But when I see the Wheel of Fortune, I see this as destiny, okay? Luck, destiny, and fortune. So for a lot of you feminines, you're viewing your masculine as like your one true love, the one person that helps you connect to that source that's within you, that one person that's helped you grow and become that emotionally mature person who's capable of understanding their feelings and not chasing love, okay? So in a sense, the masculine running from you actually did you a favor, because if they hadn't, you never would have been able to rise up in your own masculine energy and be the emperor of your own life. Okay, so in a lot of ways, feminine, I think some of you are starting to see the real purpose of why your masculine came into your life. And it wasn't for romance at all, okay? It was not for romance at all, but it was to teach you about love, about true love. And so the feminine's desired outcome being the Four of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, I just see this as like feminine is completely focused on herself right now. She's not accepting any offers at this time. She's actually working on balancing the scales in her life and bringing herself stability, okay? We know this to be the dance of change, perhaps juggling a lot. Some of you feminines could be managing your own business. You could be just juggling, have kids, have a family, have a lot going on in life. But overall, I feel that this is the feminine's way of dedicating herself to that change, whatever it might be. Okay, instead of focusing, and you know, not like the original Four of Cups where, oh, maybe she'd be looking forlorn at these missed opportunities. Feminine's no longer even looking at any of that. She's looking away from everything that's not serving her anymore. And even though the divine is back here trying to hand her this cup, feminine's like, I don't even care anymore. I don't care what's for me, what's not for me. I'm for me, and I'm going to take care of myself, and I'm going to make the changes necessary to evolve in my own life, in my own spiritual journey, okay? And so also I feel as if the feminine is aware that cup from the divine was actually the opportunity for growth that she needed all along, okay? So any of the missed opportunities that feminine felt like didn't work out in the past, anything that was disappointing or dissatisfying, she's using that energy and she's transmuting it into being dedicated and building stability for her. So that's great. I love this. I love this energy for the feminine. And as we know, the feminine lights the way for the masculine. So all of the growth that the feminine does is actually resonating in the masculine's environment, and whether you can see it or not, okay? It's all happening internally. So let's see what's blocking the masculine throughout the month of May. What could perhaps be some opposing energy? So we've got second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Okay, so this is the sacral chakra. We also have contract, and we have Magician and the Mirror. So I do feel as if, we talked about this earlier, the masculine is figuring out what they're passionate about. But as this is coming up, as a blockage or as an opposing energy next to the contract, I just feel like for a lot of you, your masculines are stuck in some sort of legality right now that's keeping them from actually living out their passions. However, the realization has already been had, okay? They already know now. They're now understanding that this contract is a blockage. They're no longer just kind of wondering how to fix their situation. They understand that now they're tied and bound to something, and that something is what's blocking them from living out their passions, from living in that sensual energy that makes them feel like they're on fire, okay? Now, with the Magician and the Mirror coming up after that, I think the struggle for this masculine is truly putting all of that fire and potential into action, okay? They could be really forced to look at themselves in the mirror right now and see all the potential that they're wasting as long as they continue to let whatever this is hold them back. Okay, so for some of you, your masculines could be going through a separation or divorce right now. And if not that caliber, then, you know, it could be anything. It could be getting away from family members or some sort of situation that involves balance and stability, okay? I know the word literally says contract, though. It's so literal. So for a lot of you, that could actually be the case, okay? So let's see what the opposing energy is for, I almost said for Libra. I was looking at the contract card though, and it does remind me of Libra. So for those of you who resonate with the moon and the cycles and everything, this also reminds me of the full moon in Libra that we just experienced. Perhaps that could be what has also illuminated these things for the masculine, helping them look in the mirror and see that they've had the potential to fix the situation the whole time, right? And so we have 3 and 3. I love that. And we're starting out with the chakra as well for the feminine, and we've got the 3rd chakra, Archangel Chamuel. So this is the solar plexus chakra. This is all about personal power and will, okay? We also have attachments. Interesting. And we also have the door to spirit. So you know what? For a lot of you, this devil energy that I mentioned earlier is exactly what I said, okay? For some of you, the blockage here is that you're still attached to this this storyline. You're still attached to something that's not serving you right now. And I'm not saying that, you know, your masculine's not for you or you're not supposed to be together or anything like that, but the attachment to it all, the attachment to an outcome of it all could be what's actually blocking the connection from coming into fruition, okay? And that all stems from your personal power, your confidence. So for some of you feminines, you could be having some confidence issues, feeling like maybe you're not good enough, and so maybe that's what makes you attached still to it all. But with the door to spirit, I kind of feel like whatever struggle that is with attachment that you have, you're being urged to walk through that door, and to follow the light, follow your dreams, follow your soul purpose and path, okay? So for some of you, you're being blocked from really truly walking through that door and experiencing all of the love and the light that's available to you in this world because you're not able to let go of the attachment to the physical person. Okay, so if that resonates with you, then I suggest please doing some solar plexus meditations, and getting that confidence back, okay? Do something, get into something that's gonna make you feel powerful and confident, okay? Because doing that and finding yourself something else to attach to that's healthy is actually much better probably than attaching to something that that makes you feel like your worth isn't what it is, okay? So I'm gonna pull from the Rumi Oracle. And for those of you who don't know, I actually share a birthday with Rumi, which I love. I've always been super attracted to poetry and alliteration and things like that my whole life. So I just like seeing things like that. Pretty cool. I also share a birthday with, what's her name? Fran Drescher, I'm pretty sure. The Nanny. That's right. The Nanny. I used to love that show. Okay, so anyways, So let's get from the Rumi Oracle and see what the message is for the masculine. So let's see. We've got, I love this. The impossible made possible. Like, I really love this. And I'm going to read some from the book. So let me find this. But I just feel like I said, the masculine right now is having these realizations. And I think that they're starting to understand that what they thought couldn't happen, their unrealistic perhaps dreams that have been lying dormant in their heart that they've been stuffing down, they're starting to realize a way and a pathway to making that dream a reality. Okay, we've been seeing that a lot. So love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. So basically the message here is like, love conquers all. Like, love is stronger than everything and anything. Love is source. So again, the more you fight it, the more you pretend and fake and act and play like you're fine, just doing whatever and working for others and carrying out other people's passions. Oh gosh, you are going to be in a world of hurt when that comes crumbling down. Because when that facade crumbles and you're left with failed opportunities and lost dreams, and you sit there as the man in the mirror, the magician in the mirror, and realize that you had the potential to turn your dreams into a reality all along, like I said, you're going to be in a world of hurt when you come to that realization, okay? Because time is fluid, but when you look back on the time that's been spent and you realize how much of it you've wasted on stuff that really wasn't for you, oh gosh, man, I send my heart out to those people. So what do we have for the feminine? What is the message for the feminine? Ooh, wow. So we have victory of Miriam. So period, victory, okay? Victory, feminine. I feel this, look at this energy of this passion rising as well. I just feel ultimately like the feminine is taking control back of her life, okay? She's in that energy of making things happen and channeling the Aries energy too, to help her make those changes that are necessary in her life. So let me get the card pulled up and I'll read you the poem. So, if you are longing to caress the moon, don't turn away from it. If you are not ill, why should you crawl under a blanket to hide? You are in a quarry of sweets. Why do you look so sour? You live in the spring of life. Why are you withered inside? Don't fight against yourself. Don't flee from what could be your glory. Like a fearless moth, dive into the flame. Why be linked to your obsessions? Oh my goodness. Burn out in the flames until your heart and soul are enlightened. Get out of the old carcass and form yourself a new body. Why are you afraid of a fox when you descend from lions? Why be a lame ass when you have the strength of stallions? The beloved you seek will arrive to open the door to your fortune, for love is the key that opens all your locks. Rumi. Oh, that gave me chills. So why be a lame ass when you come from a line of stallions? Like, your ancestors, your angels, your guides are rallying behind you, feminine. Like, ride this victory to the end. There is no need to dwell in your obsessions and your attachments, okay? It's time for you to rise and be fearless and remember who the fuck you are, divine feminine. You are not a lame ass. You are not some loser, okay? You are a lion. You are a goddess. You are the divine source of love, okay? So let's go ahead and get some messages. First, we're going to start with the divine feminine. Let's see what messages she has for her masculine. What messages do we have from the divine feminine to the divine masculine? Anything else? So much easier to shuffle when I'm not worrying about smacking the camera. So I'm just going to shuffle here on my lap because that's better. So let's see what we've got. First of all, we've got 1111. I always wish for you. So, you know, with that Three of Cups energy, I just feel like no matter what you're going through, feminine, I feel like in the back of your mind, you're always thinking about reunion on some level, okay? Maybe not romanticizing it anymore, but still wishing for it in a sense, okay? We also have, I am healing past and future timelines by healing in the now. So feminine is focusing on being present, on healing and fixing issues in the now, okay? We also have, I'm no longer confused about this connection. So feminine is starting to get clarity. She's realizing what's important. Like I said, understanding what it's really about. Having patience is not easy, but I'm trying. So on some level, there's still that like being patient for the masculine. And also patience kind of goes hand in hand with understanding, okay? As we had the Emperor pop up next to the Queen of Cups, I just felt like, again, the feminine starting to understand like the real true purpose of why her masculine came into her life. I have faith that we will get it right in this life. So feminine is focused on the journey. She's focused on getting things right this time around, even if it means getting it right for herself, okay? And finally, I am releasing old expectations and desired outcomes. Beautiful. That's exactly what we need, feminine. Releasing any expectations of what can happen in the physical. You know, saying goodbye to any sort of desired outcome and trusting that everything is going to line up the way that it should, okay? And so from the masculine to the feminine, oh shoot. Well, we got about 11 cards. But that's what you came here for, right? For messages from the divine masculine. So let's see what we've got. First of all, we have, I was lying to myself about you so I could block out the pain of you not being in my life. So more of that energy of like stuffing down your feelings, stuffing down what's true in their heart. They're acknowledging and they're realizing that they've just been lying to themselves in general, perhaps, about what really truly matters to them. Your eyes are the window to my soul. So they see you, feminine, as their mirror. They see you as like that person, like I said, that they feel that trust with and that true friendship with, someone that understands them on a level that's deeper than they've ever felt before. I'm standing up for myself and speaking out against injustice. So with that contract card coming up and the sacral chakra coming up next to it, I just feel also that the masculine, their passion is starting to bubble over in a sense, and it's causing them to rise up, like I said, in that power and that energy. We also have, I want to be the person you deserve, but I'm not sure that I can be. So with the Ten of Swords, I see that. Okay, I see how the masculine is viewing the feminine right now. They want to make things right, but they see you and how you're growing, feminine, and the thought of things being over. They know their role. They know the role that they played in it, and how things went down. And on some level, they don't feel like they're deserving anymore. I'm leaving behind the old paradigm to align with the new. So again, with realizations, this could also be like epiphanies about, you know, societal expectations, family traditions, things like that, that maybe they live their lives by, and they're aligning with the 5D. They're aligning with new age. They're aligning with purpose and passion, instead of feeling stuck and trapped in old traditions. We also have your light still amazes me. How could I not love you? And so when I see your light still amazes me, I feel like this message is for those of you who have been in physical separation for a long, long time. Perhaps like this masculine is just so amazed at how they could still be thinking of you, how they could still just be completely enthralled by who you are as a person. Because, you know, for me specifically, and I feel like for a lot of you out there, I've never really had trouble, and I've said this before, I've never really had trouble like getting over someone. I feel like a lot of people are that way. Like when you're done with someone, you're done with them, and it's kind of easy to move on because there's always a promise or a prospect of someone new coming along, right? Well, once you find that person, once you meet your twin flame, once you meet the person that you are, oh my gosh, my ear is ringing to death. Once you meet the person that you're supposed to be with, that you're connected with via your own soul, it's hard to forget. It's hard to not see that light. It's hard to see anything else other than that light. So maybe this masculine is just kind of like, wow, I can't believe that after all this time, like out of everybody that I've met, everyone I know, that your light still shines above the rest. We also have 555. I'm making major changes to be with you. This came up in the last reading I did, actually, with these cards as well. We've got, I didn't know what love was until you came into my life. And so again, we know the true spiritual journey is learning, is relearning about our unconditional love and how that is what we are, right? Not fear. And so perhaps this masculine has lived his life in fear. And like I said, being entrenched in like old beliefs and stability on some level, and just now starting to understand what love really means. Okay. And then finally, we have love is power. Powerful enough to have these realizations. Okay. Like that card said, powerful enough to overcome anything. Powerful enough to make the impossible possible. So, guys, this reading was powerful. I hope that you enjoyed it. And again, this was your April forecast for Twin Flame Soul Connection energy. So whatever label you resonate with, however the story resonated with you, I would love to hear your comments, your thoughts. So yeah, again, happy April Fool's Day. I hope that you guys have an amazing month. I will be back for mid-month musical messages in a couple of weeks, and I will see you guys very soon. I love you so much. Bye.